Hello, welcome to Stamping by Hannah. Thank you for joining me on Make It Monday. I have a Christmas card for you today. It is almost November. I am not ready with my Christmas cards yet. Have you made any? Please let me know if anybody's made Christmas cards because I am struggling. I actually have a Christmas Stamper Stack event coming up in November. I have not made a single card for that yet. We might end up making something a bit like this actually because I love this card. This is a pleated designer series paper card. I don't know how well you can see that. We've got these fabulous pleats in this card, and I have used the Presents and Pine Cones designer series paper for this. I love this paper, it's so gorgeous. Today is Halloween. I don't do Halloween. I'm not into that at all. We don't celebrate Halloween in the UK as much as you guys do in the States. It's not me at all. So I'm not doing Halloween theme, I'm sticking with Christmas. But because it's Halloween, today is the last day of the buy 3 get 1 free designer series paper offer. Go over to my blog, check it out, and grab your designer series paper now. Quick, go before the offer ends. Because it's fabulous. We've got some fabulous designer series paper available on that offer. So, this card. I have also used the Merriest Wishes bundle on this one, and I love this. I've not used this stamp on this card, but I love this die. Like Falling Snow, I think it's really pretty. And some of the dies in this die kit are fabulous. My dies are a mess, but I've used that one, and obviously the solid and the circle, but look at this. Can you see that? It's got a reindeer on it. I love this. I am making those as all my tag. That is going to be my Christmas tag this year, which you will see in a couple of weeks. Because if you think I'm making something and not filming it, you've got another thing coming. So, for this card, I have got a Emerald Envy card base, and normally it's a 10th fold card, this one, because it's the long piece, but I've turned it that way, so it still opens what I would call the traditional way, but it's a long, thin, skinny one in Emerald Envy, and I've got a piece of Whisper White. I've got my piece of designer series paper, and because life is too short to watch me die cut, and I've already waffled on for nearly 3 minutes, I have already pre-die cut my pieces of bauble for my sentiment. So, shall we get going? Your piece of designer series paper, all of my measurements this week are in metric, just because it's easier for me. I apologise, but this piece of designer series paper is 26.5 centimetres long by 6.5 centimetres wide, and I am going to use my stamping trimmer. As always, there are 2 blades on your stamping trimmer. There is a dark grey one for cutting. We are going to put that away, and we're going to use the light grey scoring blade. I'm going to insert our piece of designer series paper with the long side at the top, and we're going to score at 6.5 centimetres. All the measurements are over on my blog, so you don't have to write anything down. The link is in the down bar below. The link always takes you directly to the blog post and not to some random part of my blog. So we're going to score at 6.5 centimetres, 8 centimetres, 12, 13.5, somewhere around 17, because I don't know if you can see on here. We jumped from 15 centimetres to 18 centimetres on this trimmer. So we're going to make a random guess at about 17, 18.5, 21, and 22.5 centimetres, like so. I'm going to get my trimmer out of the way. And I am not going to use a bone folder, I'm going to just simply fold these with my fingers. If you want a flat card, a completely flat card, you feel free to use your bone folder. Okay, so I've got my folds now in my designer series paper. And actually, before we stick it down, we need that trimmer back again. Because we want to create this slope on here. So we need to trim now. So we're going to grab our dark grey cutting blade. We're going to insert our designer series paper. If you put it so you've got a kind of obviously you can see the score lines going up, and I've got this score line at the bottom. This piece here is going to stay square, so I want that score line to meet this, to meet the cutting track at an angle, and then I'm just going to make a guess. I like the look of that, so I'll chop it. So we end up with that. So that piece is still square, and then the rest of it slopes. And then we're going to create our pleats, like so. Now then, this, if you use the measurements, is the exact right length, almost, for your card. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a piece of tearing tape, and I'm going to put a piece of tearing tape that goes all the way along the length. Like so. I have to apologise for my camera today, as usual, is playing a game. It's playing, I don't fancy recording videos, I want to do my own thing. My biggest needed purchase at the moment is a new camera. But it's nearly Christmas, and yeah, that's not happening. So putting up with the fact that my camera's a bit dodgy is having to happen at the moment. Is anybody else like this at the minute? It's just a nightmare. So I'm going to take my tearing tape, I'm going to peel it up to that first score line, and I'm going to fold it back so I've got that piece of tearing tape sort of sticking up, so this bit's sticky and the rest of it's not. I grab my fuse actually as well, just put a bit of fuse down the side. You could use tearing tape as well for that, but the fuse is easy and quick. So this corner is going to sit in this corner of this piece of Whisper White, like so. So that is now stuck. What we're going to do now is I'm going to fold that back. I'm going to pull on this piece of tearing tape really gently, and that will just fold that out, and I can stick it down. I keep pulling, and we'll fold this piece back, and really gently, so that piece of tearing tape comes out, and I can stick that bit down. Fold the next bit back, really gently pull on that piece of tearing tape, so it reveals the sticky, and just this final one. And what I'm doing here is, because my it's ever so slightly short, my piece of designer series paper, so I'm just lining that end up before I remove the last bit of tearing tape so that it actually fits. Now what I've got is quite a lot of dimension there. I don't know how well you can see that. My pleats don't sit flat. If you want your pleats to sit flat, feel free to put adhesive underneath each one. I don't want them to, but they are going to lie slightly flatter because I'm going to add a piece of Emerald Envy ribbon. This is so beautiful. It comes in a duo pack with, is it Cherry Cobbler, and they come together. Aren't they stunning? Just so pretty, so beautiful. And I'm going to take a piece of a length of ribbon that's longer than the width of my card. I'm going to take my tearing tape again, and I want 2 strips of about 1.5 inches, and I'm going to put them a little bit on the front and then round to the back, and then the same on the other side. So a little bit on the front and then round to the back. I love this technique. I think this makes putting ribbon on a card and getting it straight so easy. I'm going to take that front bit of tearing tape off. It's still on the back. Sorry, I'm not. I'm going to take the back off first. Special today, really special. So, ribbon on that exposed tearing tape at the back. Now we're going to take the tearing tape off the front and stick that ribbon to the tape, Then we're going to take the piece off the front, so it's still stuck on the back. Pull that ribbon all the way across. Oh. Ish. And stick it down, and then we can take the tearing tape off the back and get it stuck like so. Isn't that fabulous? Makes it so easy, and it's perfectly straight across my card. Easy. So that's then going to adhere onto there. I'll just grab my fast fuse really quickly, stick that down. I'm trying to keep these videos short, but I don't think that's really happening at the moment. So I've die cut the solid bauble in mint macaron, the kind of filigree one in emerald envy, and then somewhere, which I of course have now lost, I have a circle in whisper white. So yeah, I've got my whisper white circle, and I've got Glad Tidings from Merriest Wishes on my block. I've got Emerald Envy ink, and I'm going to ink it up and just stamp that straight down on there. The baubles we're going to attach together with fine tip glue, and for me, my silicone mat is essential when using liquid glue, because I know I won't then get the glue everywhere. So I'm just going to run the fine tip glue all the way around the edge of my bauble. Like so, and a little bit in the middle. You could use Tombow for this as well, but I prefer the fine tip glue because I've got a bit more control. And I'm going to pop my solid mint macaron one on the top, check it's lined up, and just press it down like so. I'm going to take a dimensional on the back of my sentiment and pop that in the middle ish, and then I'm going to take another couple of dimensionals on the back. I'm going to put them at the top only. Take the backing off like so. I'll pop that down there, and that partly will help to hold that designer series paper down. And then the very last thing is, I've already tied this bow because you guys know that I am totally bow challenged when it comes to ribbons. It's just ridiculous. Can't do it when I'm on camera. I can do it when I'm not on camera. I'll put a glue dot on the back of there, and I'm going to put that ribbon at the top of that bauble. And that is this week's Make It Monday. Thank you ever so much for watching. As always, the link to all the products is available in the down bar below. Please, starting to beg now, that's really bad, isn't it? I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. All the products that you see on my channel you can buy in my shop. The link to all the products, as always, is in the down bar below. And I will see you again on Friday for another fabulous Christmas countdown project. Thank you ever so much for watching. Bye for now.